Hey everybody, what's happening? Son of a Silver Stacker here. In today's numismatic news and information for the 28th day of January, 2022, I'd like to welcome you over to JM Bullion so we can look at the live spot prices. Looks like gold is down $4.06 to $17.9778. Silver's down 14 cents to $22.66. Platinum down $18.86 to $10.1881. And palladium down $90.29 to $23.1036. And the in-stock silver is at 851 pieces. Next stop today is MarketWatch.com, and we're going to look at the U.S. economic calendar. And there are some reports coming out today at 8:30 a.m. that we should probably take note of. So we have the PCE inflation month-to-month change, core PCE inflation, PCE inflation year over year, core PCE inflation, real disposable income, real consumer spending, personal income, consumer spending, and employment costs. And then at 10 a.m., consumer sentiment, and then 5-year inflation expectations. Wow, yeah. So that could get pretty spicy. Next stop today is marketplace.com, and there is a series called I've Always Wondered, and this is part of that series. And this article is written by Janet Nguyen, dated January 27, 2022. The name of the article is How Does the U.S. Mint Decide How Many Coins to Produce Each Year? So this is just one of the stories from our I've Always Wondered series where we tackle all of your questions about the world of business, no matter how big or small. Ever wondered if recycling is worth it, or how store brands stack up against name brands, etc., etc. Check out more from this series here. Now, listener and reader Jeff Bailey from Jonesboro, Arkansas asked, I've noticed that the mint numbers for coins can vary a lot from year to year. How does the United States Mint determine how many coins of each denomination to produce in a year? And this is basically been inspired, at least this particular video today, and this portion of it was inspired by Silver Wolverine's comments, and I guess I want to say just analysis that, hey, we could be entering in a period in 2022 where the mint doesn't produce as many pennies because of the orders, right? So it all depends on the orders from the Federal Reserve. Now, in 2021, nearly 15 billion pennies, quarters, nickels, dimes, and half dollars departed the U.S. Mint's facilities to be spent by the public. Now it says, like Bailey pointed out, that it's a figure that can fluctuate annually. In 2019, roughly 12 billion of these coins were produced. Okay, so 2021, 15, not 2019, 12. Now, to determine how many coins the U.S. Mint should produce, the Federal Reserve devises a 12-month rolling forecast, according to the U.S. Mint's website, and you can find that here. The Federal Reserve also gives the Mint monthly coin orders. The U.S. Mint uses this forecast to determine how much of each denomination it'll produce. Then it makes the coins and transport them to the Federal Reserve banks and private sector coin terminals. The Fed banks then deliver those coins or these coins to depository institutions, which exchanges them with their customers, okay? Depository institutions, banks, right? And that is how the circulation cycle begins. Now, this is the coin production by year. Now you can check out the light blue is a pennies, green is nickels, dimes, red, burgundy, and then I guess the greenish olive green are the quarters. So you can obviously see 11 and 12 were the lowest minted for quarters in a decade, right? That's incredible. Dimes pretty steady all through this course, right? So it's really the quarters, I think, that have seen the biggest fluctuation. Pennies, maybe, from 5 billion to almost 9 billion. That's almost doubled. So yeah, there's some really huge movement in the pennies, but I think maybe I'm partial to the quarters. So moving on here. Now it says figuring out demand, not like your average crockpot. Behavioral patterns, long-term demand, holidays, unforeseen events like natural disasters and a pandemic can all play a role in how many coins are manufactured. Daniel Sachs, an assistant professor of economics at the University of North Carolina, Wilmington, said natural disasters increase the demand for cash and coins because disasters often disrupt electronic payment systems. And I would also imagine that disasters, people would expect to, the reason is they want to pay cash because they realize that electronic payments may not be available. So people go, hey, let me get some cash on hand. So Sachs noted that before 2009, each of the 12 Federal Reserve banks determined that the need for the coins of an independent basis and submitted those orders to the U.S. Mint. Okay, so let's read that again. Now, Sachs noted that before 2009, each of the 12 Federal Reserve banks determined the need for the coins, their need for coins on an independent basis, and submitted those orders to the U.S. Mint. Now, he says this process was relatively inefficient, so the process is now centralized at the Fed's Cash Product Office, CPO, he said. Assessing how many coins to produce is a lot different than figuring out the production of, say, crockpots, Sachs explained. They present a special problem because you have the other side of it where they get reused, he said. Another reason coin orders might fluctuate is because in a certain year, more people decide to go to a kiosk like Coinstar, or their local bank to deposit their coins, he noted. Sachs also said we may lose coins from circulation because they've been tossed into landfills, which can also vary annually. So you can get a link to that article here. And it says, I think this is from CBS or one of the mainstream networks, and it says about $60 million annually. And that does vary. Now, the Fed's Cash Product Office, and that's a CPO, assesses their inventory at the Fed's roughly 200 coin vaults throughout the U.S. on a daily basis. Wow, 200 coin vaults on a daily basis. The Fed wants a minimum inventory level of 2 weeks worth of coins at each coin vault, at each of the 200 coin vaults. So the CPO will move coins from one coin vault to another to make sure this happens, Sachs said. If there aren't enough coins across all the coin vaults to meet the demand, then the CPO will put an order for new coins into the mint. There you go. I think that's what Silver Wolverine was hitting at when he made that video. Great stuff here. Now it says the pandemic's effects on coin production. The COVID-19 crisis has significantly slowed coin circulation in the country. Some people had trouble finding quarters to use at the laundromat, while businesses have posted signs asking customers to use exact change. And on top of that, you may not get any change back at all if you use currency, right? So you might not see, and they might give you a credit for the next time you come. It just depends on the retailer. People want to hold on to more of their coins in cash, while businesses that feed supply by reintroducing coins with their deposits have fewer nickels and dimes to do so. According to Sachs, the U.S. Mint and Federal Reserve formed the U.S. Coin Task Force in July 2020 to help identify and promote strategies to address the country's coin circulation issues. Now, the Federal Reserve's Board of Governors assured the public that there is an adequate overall amount of coins in the economy on its website FAQ page, frequently asked questions page, but businesses and bank closures associated with the COVID-19 pandemic significantly disrupted normal circulation patterns for U.S. coins, the FAQ continued. The U.S. Mint upped its production of circulating coins in response to the shortage, making almost 3 billion more in 2020 compared to 2019. The country is also facing high inflation, which, well, when the consumer price index rising 7% over year, I think it's going to be higher than that. In December, that's just in December, its highest level since 1982. And basically, he says, this is Sachs saying, higher prices lead to higher money demand since consumers need more cash and coin to conduct the same transactions. That's right. Now, Todd Martin, Deputy Chief of Corporate Communications at the United States Mint, said in an email, coins aren't circulating through the economy as quickly as we need them to, which means that sometimes coins are not readily available where they are needed. So that was a really good article by Janet Nguyen. Appreciate that. Pretty comprehensive, actually. Did like that. Appreciate you. Now, for the plus one today, and I know it is Friday, and I want to thank you all for hanging out this long. It was a pretty lengthy article, but it was definitely worth it. This says Friday blessing. It says here, we wait in hope for the Lord. He is our help and our shield. In him our hearts rejoice, for we trust in his holy name. May your unfailing love be with us, Lord, even as we put our hope in you. And that's from Psalms 33, 20 through 22. Yep, 33, 20 through 22. Thank you, Lord, for unfailing love. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay happy. And be happy. So listen, folks, there it is. I want you to all have a great weekend. I will hear and see you all on Sunday. And don't forget, on Sunday evening, we're going to have the benefit auction for Tiny Numismatics, Zoe and Lala. Appreciate y'all, folks. Y'all have a great weekend. And don't forget, if you like what you hear and you like what you see, don't forget to hit that like button. I can't even get it together. I apologize. Son of a silver stacker, out.